Hey dudes, welcome to episode 10 of my Banished Let's Play series. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing alright. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Let's see. So, what did we accomplish last episode? Doesn't necessarily seem like quite too much was accomplished last episode, but for the future of our city, of our civilization, we did get quite a bit done. So we do have a crop field, which is harvesting lots of pumpkins for us. We have also some sheep, finally, at long last. We have some sheep, which is great because we're going to be able to make some good coats and increase the efficiency of our villagers. Now, what I was thinking about since last episode we mentioned maybe starting out here another industrial center, and I still like that idea, so I want to do that this episode. I also want to think about, actually, it's gonna sound crazy, I want to think about replacing this area here and then have this be our farming pasture type region, so that'll be nice and close. So to ensure that we maintain steady growth in the city, I want to do a couple of things. I want to do three things, and I'm not sure we'll get through them all in this episode, but three things that I want to accomplish is we're going to remove one only after it's replaced with two. So we're going to need to complete this one here, and see, one out here is going to be a little too far. One out here is not quite going to make it. We have one here. Forester Lodge here. I think we're gonna have to cross a river, or maybe we could tuck one in here. Let's see, where exactly does that one go? To here. You know what, we can just actually slide it out to here, and then we'll be able to fill this corridor. This corridor here should be more than enough to get all the different variety of crops that we need in here. So we will split our pasture of sheep as soon as we can, just to make sure we get our constant wool supply happening. So we're going to do that. We're going to, let's see, is this going to fit over here? Like in this area. Yeah, that's going to tuck in there real nice. Nicely. It's going to tuck in there real nice. Real nice-like. And then that'll clear... yeah, this corridor. So that's good. I think I'm going to throw a line in. I'm going to throw a road in here just to mark that off, because roads are cheap and fast and virtually free. So that's what we're going to get working on here. So I'm going to get this game going again. We're also going to keep an eye out for more nomads to come in. So those are some things I wanted to do. I also want to make a hospital happen, because we can take in nomads because we have the houses, but the third thing I want to do is actually expand the houses. So let's see if we can't get a housing boom to happen here. So let's check. No nomads requesting citizenship at this time. We have people dying of old age, which is okay. They've lived long, happy lives. So let's go ahead and check out the hospital. It's kind of tiny, right? Not too bad. Not going to take up too much space. Let's just find a good spot for it. I think we can tuck it right in here next to the well. Keep it kind of centrally located. Bloop. Nice. So we're going to get that rocking. Let's see. Let's go ahead and run this road out here and see how it looks. So right here. About here should be safe. Actually keeping my finger on the screen so I can keep that position. So we're looking for right there. And from here, we're just going to make a straight road out to... Let's just stop it here for right now. And let's double check. Yep. That's a little out, but that's okay. So on the inside of this road is going to be the domain of our farming. And so let's go ahead and just extend that out. There we go. So from here in, farming. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm gonna get these dudes working out here. We have 20 laborers, so I'm actually gonna go up to 6 builders. let's get some... Okay, we got the stockpile there. We don't need houses out here. We don't need town services. Let's check out... Actually, let's go ahead and get the Forester Lodge set up. This will be first and foremost. I'm actually going to tuck it in as far as I can. We don't have a Forester Lodge out here yet. Oh, we do, right there. Okay. So right here, through the cutting use of finger on the screen to maintain that position. I just don't want them to overlap. Okay, so right here is the closest we'd be able to put, right there, is the closest we'd be able to put that Forester Lodge. I'm also going to throw in, you know how we do, storage barn. Rotate that action thusly. Let's also throw out there a gatherer's hut. And a hunting lodge. There we go, gatherer's hut. And then hunting cabin. I keep calling it a lodge. I don't know why. Leave me alone. I think it looks lodge-like, I think is why I do that. So we got some dudes coming out here to get to work on that. Do we miss anything? We got a nice big stockpile. Storage barn, check. Gatherer's hut, check. Forester Lodge, check. And the hunting cabin. So as soon as that Forester Lodge is done, because we have a good amount of wood, as soon as that Forester Lodge is done, we're actually going to turn it to seed mode. I think we're going to let it rock out of seed mode for at least in plant mode, rather, for half a year, just to make sure we fill up that area with a good amount of baby trees. So from here we can see our road. So let's go ahead and expand this way. I'm just gonna run it right to the edge here of the mountain. And then let's go ahead. We're just gonna, rinse and repeat out here with our little setup. So let's get a stockpile to happen. Actually, let's put the Forester Lodge in first, so we know exactly what the limits are. So we can actually have this guy in one more, right, like that. Okay, so there's the Forester Lodge. Let's throw in the huge a stockpile. Let's go 7 by 7. I think that'll be good. And a storage barn. Stockpile did not work. That's all right. Let's try that storage barn again. I mean stockpile, sorry. Oh. You see it down there? Let's go 7 by 7. Come on, bring us some good orchards. Beans. Another crop. You know what? All right, we got a corridor opening, so that shouldn't be a big deal. Five, there we go. Whoops. Trade. Thank you. Then we got some beans. Awesome. Let's just hang on to those beans, though. So let's see. Back to work out here. This is quite a hike for people to make, but that's all right. So, hey, buddy. Thanks for coming out and working on this for us. Got the stockpile check. Forester Lodge check. Storage barn check. So we're going to need gatherer's hut. Oh, herbalist. Nope. Should we clear this crap? We should. Alright, let's stay on target here. Stay on target. So we'll go ahead and get the gatherer's hut out here. Check, and the hunting cabin we will plop There we go. Let's go ahead and square up the paths here, and then have these dudes also in their free time clear all this debris to help increase the efficiency of those things we just planted there. Let's go ahead and take care of the iron that's here too, which is not too much, but that's all right. Let's get it out of there anyway. So that's building. These are building out here, which is sweet. So we got 2 to replace this one. We're not actually going to go ahead and get rid of this one. We're going to have it just decline gradually in efficiency until it's completely useless, and then we'll just go ahead and take it over. There's no reason to destroy it. Just because it's lagging in a little bit of efficiency. We have enough laborers to spare, enough of a workforce that's not an issue for us. Now, if your laborers are down to like 2 or 3, and they'll be more useful to you getting things built and so forth, then you should go ahead and reassign them. So go ahead and destroy that. That's what I would do, because that's how I think about it. So we're going to throw in some more cemeteries too, I think, because I think this one's full. Yeah, it's getting there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and let these build. Once those get up and running, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and do another sheep pen next to this pasture. We're going to split it, and then let's see, go ahead and get a graveyard rocking and more houses. Let's hire a doctor. And we'll also talk more about the hospital. I'll talk to you guys more about the hospital right when we come back. Alright, so we're still working on those things, but we did have a trader show up, and it is Errol, and Errol brings us pear seeds. Orchard time. Orchard time. We also have squash and corn seeds. But we already got beans waiting, so I wish those were apple seeds. That's a bummer, but we got these pear seeds, so we'll go ahead and take those. Ooh, he's going to take some fish, so we're going to give him as much fish as he will take. Because fish are a lot cheaper for us than firewood. And there we go. Perfect. Trade. Thank you so much, Errol. So we got some stuff to work on now. Now we're cooking with grease. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so I'm going to let this stuff keep on working. We got the pasture. The second pasture coming in. They're already chopping that action down. I'm going to crank this up to 5 so I can come back to you guys sooner. And, yeah, so we'll get back to work. I'll be right back. Alright, so I do want to talk about the hospital. Actually, before, I want to talk to you guys, obviously, about the pasture. But let's talk about the hospital first real quick. The hospital has 0 patients. The hospital is for different kinds of illnesses. Now, as soon as you open up to take immigrants / nomads in, okay? As soon as you open yourself up to that, there are benefits in terms of increasing your population. But again, you really dramatically increase your citizens' exposure to illnesses. Now, most of the time, the herbalist and their herbs will do what they gotta do and cure your citizens. It's not a big deal, but illnesses are as varied in this game to a certain degree as they are in the real world. So there are different levels of infectiousness, different levels of severity in terms of mortality rates, different levels of persistence in terms of how long the disease will linger around, the flu, the plague, etc., etc. So when you open up to traders, that illness generally increases. When you open up to nomads, it increases even more. And so the hospital will hopefully never be used. We will hopefully never have to use this. It is there in the off chance that we do have to use it, and then it's there, to protect us. So it can kind of go above and beyond the level of protection for your peeps that the herbalist would. So keep that in mind when you are opening yourself up to nomads and to traders. Okay, they bring diseases, crazy crippling diseases from foreign lands. So what we are waiting for now, we have this set to this size pasture. So different pastures of different sizes can hold different amounts of different different livestock. So, for example, this tiny pasture holds 11 chickens. This pasture, which is clearly much larger, at least twice as big as this one, only holds 11 sheep. This pasture, which is even bigger than this one, doesn't even hold 10 cattle. Okay, so larger animals need larger pens, relatively speaking. It's a whole different amount. So you cannot split a certain kind of cattle, or a certain type of livestock rather, until their population reaches 10. So we're just under that here, and that's okay because I don't have huge plans for splitting this because they're just there for the beef production basically, and they're producing huge amounts of beef with only 9 cattle in there. We don't need a huge amount of leather from them because we have so many hunting cabins. Okay, so what I did was, remember when we talked about when we first started putting these in, we talked about how there could be illnesses, and we would have to go ahead. There could be a pestilence, and we would have to go ahead and to save the livestock, we would have to transfer them to an empty pasture. What I did was I made a pasture the minimum size that I could to house exactly the maximum number of largest animals and livestock I have for that purpose only. So if one of these, this will eventually be sheep also, if one of these gets infested, I know that no matter what happens, I have enough room for them in here, because this is my limiting factor. So that's why I planned them out that size, if that makes sense. And this is just one above what I need to split, so I can keep kind of doing this modular type of thing where I can just keep making sheep pastures the same size, and then I only have to worry about small amounts of them being affected by a pestilence that would happen to befall them, because I can just shift them all over here right away. I know they'll fit there. Does that make sense? Okay, I hope so. If it doesn't, just ask whatever questions you got in the comments, as always. Definitely don't be afraid to do that. So we did throw the cemetery in here, which holds 15 graves. This one holds 24. They look about the same size. I don't know why this one is fewer, but that's okay. So what I want to do now, and by the time I got this this orchard put in, it was already in the middle of summer, so they weren't going to plant it. So let's go ahead and check and see what we have here. Oh, look at that pear. So go to it. Go to it. They will come out. Cut down all the trees in this orchard. What? Never. No, you might have to do that later, but we'll talk about that hopefully. Hopefully later we won't ever have to do that. But you know, if something does happen, like there's an infestation, we will have to get rid of them and replant them, which would be a bummer. But you know what you're gonna do. So let those dudes rock there. That's good. Okay, so far here. So we're gonna let this keep riding, and then we will be right back. All right. So let's see. Basic. So some time has passed. Maybe 2 years since we caught. I just wanted to. What I like to do. My playstyle is maybe a little bit slower than it absolutely must be. Than it absolutely needs to be. I just, I like doing a little bit and then letting it ride for a little bit, and then that helps me kind of get a baseline to see exactly where, I'm talking about just checking the production stats year over year and seeing kind of, where growth actually is. That way I don't rush and grow a little too quickly or grow beyond my means. So, if you want to move a little bit quicker through the game, I get that, and that's totally doable. There's a million ways to play. It's just, that's kind of how I like to play. So, first things first, we do have a guy here, and it is Rome, the seed merchant. He is bringing into us cherry seeds, which we will absolutely partake of. So, just grab those from him. And for some reason, I can never remember what this is supposed to be. There it is, 625. Mental note. Trade. Awesome. So now we got some cherry seeds. Yes! Can make some Cherry Creek. Do you guys know about that? It's a beer, German beer, made from fermented cherries only. Pure cherries. It's delicious. That's not what I happen to be drinking at this time. It's just coffee. But I'm just saying it's delicious anyway. I do like the beers. So we got this guy over here, this little orchard. It's pear orchard, which we can make beer from. I'm just gonna go ahead and let this rock. Did I send Rome on his merry way? We should do that. Thanks for coming, Roma. Appreciate it, buddy. Good work, man. Thank you. So, you can see our little orchard. It's so cute. It's adorable. I think it's adorable. They're growing up so big, so fast. Got some people dying. Just still from old age, which is okay. That graveyard's full. Chicken's cranking. Have we gotten any more sheep yet? No, still at 7. That's fine. Are these guys doing good? What's the production here like? 400 beef a year? I'll take it. So, crop field, this is done. So let's get some beans growing there. Let's do, I think, let's go with 3. So increase that to 3. So let's get 3 people working there. I got 2 houses coming up here. Check this out, though. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, 6 is the way I should have done that. 6 more houses there. It's another storage barn here because this one is completely full. It was completely full before, so. So, yes, that is new over there. So, this was a new thing that we threw up. This little region out here, as was this one out here. And this was quickly overridden, and then I forgot that I actually ran this road even farther out to here, where I initially planned on putting something. But what I then ended up doing was thinking, like, okay, so the market's here. Now, the influence from that market is kind of like here. So if we had some houses and some actual cityscape in here, you know, that would be fine. But actually, if we had something over here serving the people, we could get something over here that serves the people that would work in these places and these places. So I threw that up. I got 2 houses in just for spacing. I paused them. We got other houses to build. All 6 of these builders are banging away doing their work. So, you know, we'll let them rock. But you know, some expansion is coming. Let's check out the town hall and see what our growth looks like here. So still steady growth. Still steady population over 50 years. You can see it's kind of starting to curve upward a little bit. And we don't want to go too much faster, though we are going to have a bit of a spike here. After this next big spike, for maybe the next 5 years or so of game time, I'm not going to build any more houses. And we're just going to kind of see where this lets us, where this puts us, because I don't... You know, I don't need to rush it. There's absolutely no need, but we have a pretty solid inventory here. Pretty solid inventory. They are eating that beef right up, though. Should get some more warm coats happening, but all the wool we have right now is going straight to warm coats, so that's fine. Wool is going to be picking up pretty quickly as soon as we get to 10, and we can split this herd. If this would ever get to 8, that would be awesome. Please, 8 baby cakes. Thank you. Appreciate it. So yeah, so we got, let's see, we got this crop field coming. We got this orchard rocking. The cemetery, the graveyard orchard. We got another orchard we could plant now, which means we could also, once we start harvesting fruit from this, we can plant us a brewery. Oh, get a little tavern going, get some beer flowing, make the peeps happy. Who doesn't love beer? Only consume alcoholic beverages if you are of appropriate age. That's my public service announcement. There's enough of your life there to consume alcoholic beverages as an adult. I promise. Not worth it. Not worth it. Anyway, it's the only time I'm ever gonna say anything about that. Anyway, so that is it for this episode. I hope you dudes enjoyed watching. I hope you found something useful about how to leverage some of our tools, like the hospital, working on orchards and crops and such. Also, how to expand safely, how to safely expand, how to split up your livestock. Lots of good stuff this episode. Oh, I forgot, almost forgot. This is, I think, my next big area of work in this region. So I built some bridges. We can throw some fishing huts over here. And then through a bridge here, maybe like an access road into this area for development. But anyway, that's far in the future. I just wanted to throw some bridges down. So anyway, again, that is it for this episode. Thank you. I genuinely do appreciate your view. I really do. Thank you so much for taking a second to watch this. Again, I hope you found it useful. Check out my YouTube channel for other gaming vids, Let's Plays, Minecraft Let's Builds, and the like. Thanks again for watching, dudes. I do appreciate it. It's TheeRealDuke, and I'm out.